isn't it?
No, Peter Bradder's on a Formula 1 outfit.
Oh, okay, right, yes, yeah.
But the others are all Formula 2 outfits, yeah. So there's 4 Formula 2 outfits out there at the moment, plus 1 Formula 1 outfit.
Okay, well, it looks like they're not too far from going, so, and they are going. Right, so who got the best start out of that one? It was actually Dowman got the jump on James and Shields.
Yeah.
So down into turn 1 they go, and heading down on the bridge. So we've only got 5 rigs out there this time. So a bit of a shame, but the racing's been good. I mean, you only need two vehicles to make a race. So, and these guys have been pretty tight and close. So up over the top they go, heading down towards the Golden Homes hairpin. It is Peter Dowman and Michael Dowman lead from Desmond James and Andrew Shields, and into that bottom corner they go. Already broken away from the 3 behind them as they head up the hill and drop down into the Porsche Dipper for the very first time. And so I must admit, I admire these guys when I watch them hanging out there, thinking to myself, that's brave. Or stupid, one of the two. I can't remember which one it is. So, but it is fair. It is actually fairly safe, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is. It looks a lot worse than it is, and so much of it with your passenger. The timing is everything with the passenger.
Yes. Yeah.
And they move at the right time. You barely feel them move.
Yep.
And they use the centrifugal force to help them go into the directions that they want to go.
Yes. Yeah. When you actually look at it, it's pretty much it's just about physics, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but we've got a good scrap going on for 3rd and 4th here between Peter Brader, Vincent Kerlake, and Ian Burke and George Fennell. The front 2 have tended to... Oh, actually, no, they're starting to close up again at the front here now. So, as they head down towards the Dale ITM sweeper. So you got the 2 Suzukis. They're both 600s, those, aren't they?
Yes.
Yep. So the lead one's a bit of an older bike, but it's nearly 8 years older than the one in front.
Yeah, it's an older sidecar with a newer engine, or rather, the engine's newer than 96.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
The sidecar was built in 96, but the engine's a little bit newer than that.
Yeah. So these really, they're not actually a bike frame, are they? They're all space frame.
No, they're purpose built. Absolutely purpose built.
Yeah. So. But, that looks like now, after that straight, I would say the lead bike's got a little bit more straight line handling than the one behind, because he's opened up a reasonable sized gap coming up the hill. Last time around it was 1.4 seconds. Let's see what it is this time as they come across the line. I'd say it's considerably bigger than that now. So, Darwin, 2.8 seconds difference now between 1st and 2nd. 3rd comes across the line. He's a further 4.7 seconds back, with Ian Burke and George Vernell right in behind him, less than a second gap between them. Then we go back to Glenn Spencer and Jan Spencer, 1.8. And then we've lost MacArthur and Pitt by the looks of things.
I don't think he started.
No, he did start, but he's just gone. So we've only got the one missed start, and that was anyway. Oh well, there we go. So we're down to 4, and now I've lost them. I've got to find them around the track.
Yeah, I don't think Dave came out of the pits.
Okay.
I think we had 5 at the start. I think we've still got 5. I'd expect Glenn and Jan to start creeping up onto the back of Ian shortly.
Yeah.
Because they tend to get faster as the race wears on.
Yeah.
Glenn's had a few problems with sciatic nerves in his back, so he's a bit uncomfortable.
That's not a nice thing to have.
But he's still out there, and he's adrenaline takes over.
Well, it does, yes.
And he's smiling, which is the main thing.
Yeah, until he gets home and the adrenaline wears off, and he won't be smiling.
That's when you have to sit in a hot bath with a couple of bourbons.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. So, and across the line comes Glenn Spencer and Jan Spencer, chased by Ian Burke and... Oh, no, they're the other way around. Our timing system's taking a wee while to catch up. So the gap between our front and second bikes at the moment is 3.72, and then we go back a further 6.6 seconds back to 4th position, which is Braden and Kerslake, and then we go back another 2.1 seconds to Spencer and Spencer, and then we round out the running field at the moment with Oh, it is Spencer and Spencer at the back, sorry. I do apologise. So there we go. So back to the front. And we'll look for our lead bike.
Just come out of the Porsche dipper and heading down towards the sweeper.
Yep. And just becoming a tad precise. That's the problem, you know, when you get small fields like this, they can open right up, and the racing with them can be a little bit not that close, if you know what I mean.
The lap times aren't actually that far out.
No, they're not.
But when you put 2 or 3 laps together and you've got a couple of seconds on each lap, sort of thing, a 6-second gap soon builds up, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's so Peter Dowman and Michael Dowman actually put the fastest lap in that last time around, and that was a 1:19.679, which is reasonably respectable. So what's the lap record around here for the sidecars, do you know?
Or stand in the 11s, 10, 11,
Is it?
minute
Okay.
10, minute 11, somewhere in there, on the F1 sidecars.
Okay.
The F2 sidecars are about a minute 13.
Okay. So how many rigs are there in the country that are currently racing?
There's about 7 Formula 2 rigs.
Yep.
And there's about 14 Formula 1 rigs, something like that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Roughly.
Okay. So most of them, obviously, well, because there's only 1 here or 2 here, where are the rest of them based?
Well, there's 3 Formula 1 sidecars here.
Is there?
Yeah. There's Dave MacArthur's outfit, obviously Chris Lawrence's outfit, and Peter Bradder's outfit.
Okay.
They're all 1000cc Formula 1 sidecars.
Right.
So there's 7 sidecars here, 3 of them are Formula 1 and 4 of them are Formula 2.
Yep.
The last few years it's been drastically balanced the other way. It's only in the last year or 2 that the numbers of Formula 2 sidecars have increased dramatically.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing for the class.
Oh, of course it is.
You know, I'm just looking at those lap times now. Pete Damon's down to a low 1:19. He did 1:19.1 on the last lap, which is pretty good.
Yep.
And I'm looking at everybody's lap times. Everybody's lap times from qualifying has improved. You know, Glenn and Jan Spencer, although they're down in 5th place at the moment, they're lapping faster than Ian Burke, who's in front of them.
Oh, hang on, we've got a bit of a battle going on at the back here between MacArthur, Kelly Pitt and Glenn Spencer and Jan Spencer.
That's Ian Burke and Glenn Spencer. And that's what I fully expected.
Oh, right, okay.
I expected Glenn to sort of get the bit between his teeth by lap 2, lap 3 and start to close down Ian, because he beat Ian from behind in the last race.
Yep.
And he's obviously planning on doing the same thing now. As they're coming up to Porsche Dipper and...
last lap, so if you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it in the next probably 600 or 700 metres, I would say.
Yeah, well, Ian's done a lot. Ian's done about 3 or 4 years on a Formula 2 now, whereas Glenn's in his very first race meeting on a Formula 2 sidecar.
Yep.
So he'll probably be a little bit more conservative about it.
Yep.
Love you long time.
But
as they come up the hill here now, so
he's
they're
trying
going to go for the
to
toe.
slipstream him. Yeah.
Yep. He's going for the toe.
He's not going to make it.
No.
I'll have to go downstairs and tell him he's not twisting the twisty thing hard enough.
So checkered flag out down and across the line. So the final result was bike 54, rig 55, I should say, Peter Dowman and Michael Dowman. And then in second place it was rig 50 with Desmond James and Andrew Shields. Third was 46 with Peter Brader and Vincent Kerslake. Fourth, Ian Burke and George Fennell. And rounding out the runners was Glenn Spencer and Jan Spencer on bike 135. So there we go. That was the sidecars. We'll see them back twice again this afternoon. So big thanks to you for coming in, Mark, and giving us a hand with this one.
Not a problem. More than welcome.
Yeah, it's always nice to have somebody in the know to have a chat with.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's yeah. So I guess after the shoulder reconstruction, you'll be back next season.
I'm hoping to be racing again by the first weekend in February.
Okay, fair enough. So what, have you built a new bike, bought a new rig, or what have you done?
Well, we've still got classic sidecar that we race as well.
Oh, okay.
So we had classic one and a modern one.
Yep, fair enough.
So.
In the life way.
Thank you very much. Cheers.